Hi folks, welcome to this episode on hydrates, their nomenclature and formula. Now, a hydrate is just a compound that has a specific number of water molecules associated with it. It's not actually part of the structure, but in some shape or form, it's actually associated with it. So if we look at something like copper 2 sulfate, copper 2 sulfate has 5 water molecules associated with it. Now, the number of water molecules that we have, it all depends on the actual structure of the formula unit. Some will have more than 5, some will have less than 5. It all comes down to this structure here and how many it can associate. When it comes to naming hydrates, we just look at our ionic compound rules to figure out what the ionic part is of the hydrate. And remember that if we're dealing with multivalent metals, we have to use Roman numerals in parentheses to show the metal's charge. To show how many water molecules are attached, we use the Greek prefixes, which are these here, mono to deca, and we attach the word hydrate to indicate that they are in fact water molecules. So when we look at this compound over here, we have SnCl2, 2H2O. We first have to name what this compound is. Now the first thing I notice is that it's a metal and non-metal. It is ionic. And this Sn, tin, is a multivalent metal. So I'll have to find the charge. So bring this 2 on top of the Sn, and this 1 on top of the Cl. So I'll have Sn and Cl. This will be 2 plus because it's a metal, it'll lose, and 1 minus because it's in group number 7. So our next check is the charge on top of the chlorine, the charge that I would see of chlorine on the periodic table. In fact, it is. So that means that the charge of tin is in fact 2. So I'll write tin 2 chloride. Now I do have 2 water molecules, so this coefficient turns into a prefix of di, and it's hydrate. That's it. So for the next one, we have Pb and we have acetate with 3 waters. So again, Pb I know is a multivalent metal, so I'm going to take this 2 and put it up here. I need to find that charge, put it on top of the acetate. So Pb and CH3COO. Here I'll have 2 plus because it's a metal, and it'll lose, and 1 minus. So again, I'll have to check if the charge of acetate is in fact 1 minus. I can't find that on the periodic table, but through knowledge, I do know that it is 1 minus, so that is in fact the charge of Pb. So it will be lead to acetate. Now in terms of the water, I have 3 of them, so it's going to be trihydrate. And that's all it is. So pause the video, practice this, see if you can get the right answers. So go ahead, pause the video now, we'll be back with answers. All right, welcome back. So I noticed that this was a multivalent metal, so I needed to find the charge. I found that it was 1 plus, and I included it in the name, so mercury 1 nitrate dihydrate. And barium is a group 2 metal. It only has 1 charge, and that charge is 2 plus, so I don't need to put anything in parentheses. So it's barium hydroxide octahydrate. So to create the formula, again, I'm just going to have to use my ionic rules to figure out what that formula is for the ionic section. We're also going to convert the prefix in front of the word hydrate into a coefficient of the water there. And then we're going to separate the two by using a center dot. So in this case, iron 3 chloride. So first thing I do is I write out my symbols. I have Fe and Cl. Now I know my charge of Fe comes from this Roman numeral, so it's going to be 3 plus. And because chlorine is in group 7, this is going to be 1 minus. So I cross, and I get FeCl3. Now hexa is 6, so I'm going to use the center dot to separate the two, and I'll have 6H2O. And that's all there is. Copper 2 acetates, so again, Cu, CH3COO. My charge for copper is given to me by the Roman numerals, which is going to be 2 plus, and this is going to be 1 minus from memory. I cross, and I get Cu bracket CH3COO2. Now here it says monohydrate, that means 1. So I separate it using a center dot, and I just write H2O. Now some people might want you to write the 1. For me, I don't need writing the 1. But on a test, if it does ask, say 1, that just shows that you know that it is in fact a 1. But regular day-to-day, no 1 is necessary. So take a minute to practice this. Try to create the formulas from all of these. We'll come back and give you the answers. So go ahead and pause the video. All right, folks, welcome back. So here we have iron 2 fluoride, FeF2 with 4 waters, calcium sulfate, CaSO4, 2 hydrates, CuClO4. Now remember this is perchlorate, so means that it has 1 more oxygen than the regular chlorate. The regular chlorate being ClO3 1 minus, with 6 waters, mercury 2 nitrate, HgNO3 1 water there, and magnesium chromate. Both of them have a charge of 2 minus, cancel out to get 5 waters at the end there. So that's it for this one. Thanks very much for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.